Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Sha'Carri Richardson calls track star BF, Christian Coleman, a coward in bodycam footage. Bodycam footage of track star Sha'Carri Richardson's recent arrest at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport has now added to the domestic violence altercation that led to her being taken into custody. In the video captured by a police officer and released on Wednesday, August 13th, the 25-year-old Olympic medalist can be seen visibly upset as she refers to her boyfriend, Christian Coleman, as a coward. "This is the position that Christian puts me into because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him from this point going forward," she says in the footage. "My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument, I'll be honest about that." As officers moved to speak with the fellow sprinter, Richardson turned toward him and continued her frustration. "You're a F***ing coward. I will never F***K with you again." Moments later, she was informed she's under arrest for assault as she denied the accusation, even as another officer told her, "We have video cameras." In disbelief, she continued, "Christian, are you serious right now? I am going to go to jail because of you," she could be heard saying while asking about posting bail and having her handcuffs removed. However, both requests are denied. Inside the police car, she began crying, insisting, "I am not a criminal. I had an argument with my boyfriend." Surveillance video also showed Richardson shoving Coleman several times, including a push that sent him into a wall. In the days since, Richardson has publicly apologized, taking to social media to address both Coleman and the public. "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I am so sorry," she wrote on her Instagram story. The two-time Olympic medalist also claimed to be actively seeking help to address the personal issues that contributed to the incident. The August heat clung to the air like a second skin in Eugene, Oregon. Cameras clicked like insects around the stadium, catching glimpses of athletes in their peak form, nerves twitching, eyes blazing. But in the private rooms behind the flashing lights, not all battles were fought on the track. Sha'Carri Richardson stood in the locker room, pacing like a lioness in a cage. Her braids were still bright, freshly twisted, neon streaks burning like wildfire, and her nails were sharp enough to cut glass. But her usual smirk was gone. Outside, officials murmured. Inside, tension built. Her phone buzzed. A headline. "Breaking. Bodycam footage shows heated argument between Sha'Carri Richardson and Christian Coleman. Coward, she calls him." Sha'Carri hissed through her teeth. "They always find a way to twist it." The footage had leaked just hours before the World Athletics Championships 100m finals. Not a coincidence. Nothing ever was in the sport. 48 hours earlier, they met in a quiet hallway after training, beneath the humming fluorescence of the athletes' dorms. Christian leaned against the wall, arms crossed. His build was compact, powerful, a sprinter's body carved for milliseconds. He smiled, that familiar, boyish grin that used to melt her when they were just friends. But the tension was already there. "You didn't tell me you were skipping the press conference," he said. Sha'Carri shrugged, pulling out her headphones. "They don't care what I say unless it causes drama." He nodded slowly. "That's the point. You know what they're waiting for." She looked at him, hard. "So you want me to play nice? Pretend I'm not tired of being their headline every time I breathe wrong?" Christian's tone changed. "I want you to think about what's bigger than you." That's when she laughed. "Bigger than me? Christian, don't lecture me on sacrifice when you hid for a year to dodge the drug testers." His jaw tightened. "I didn't test positive." "You missed 3 tests, bro, same as running from the truth." His face darkened. "You think this sport forgives you just because you're loud?" "No," she said, stepping closer. "They never forgave me for being loud, fast, and black with a bad attitude. But at least I didn't hide who I was." The silence stretched. She turned to leave. "You're reckless," he said. "And you're a coward," she snapped over her shoulder. Neither of them noticed the quiet beep of the bodycam mounted on the security officer nearby, called earlier over a scheduling dispute between teams. Present day. The footage had gone viral. Millions of views. Slow-motion replays. Armchair analysts breaking down every gesture, every word. And now, Sha'Carri was the villain again. She walked into the warm-up tunnel, ignoring the stares. Her coach tried to intercept her. Just focus on the race, Sha. Let PR handle this. She didn't respond. Then she saw him. Christian stood at the far end, headphones around his neck, surrounded by his team. He looked calm. Too calm. As if nothing had happened. As if the world wasn't chewing through their story like hyenas on raw meat. She walked straight up to him. Had to be you, she said. He blinked. What? You let it leak. Or your agent. Either way, it's your camp. Christian shook his head. Why would I sabotage my own reputation? She stared at him. Because I embarrassed you. Because I didn't keep quiet. He sighed, looked at the floor. You think everything is a fight. Sha'Carri leaned in close. It is. For people like me. And then she was gone, striding into the tunnel, her spikes clicking against concrete like gunfire. The race. The crowd roared. Announcers rattled off bios and personal bests. Lanes 3 and 4, Sha'Carri and Christian, side by side for the mixed 100m showcase event. A rare pairing meant to celebrate unity across the sport. Now dripping with irony. They crouched into position. The starter raised his pistol. Bang! Sha'Carri exploded off the blocks like fury incarnate. Christian was quick, but she was untouchable that day. Every stride she took was a middle finger to the press, to the critics, to the whispers in hotel lobbies. She crossed the line first. The stadium shook. She didn't smile. Aftermath. Later, in the media zone, a reporter asked, "Would you take back calling Christian Coleman a coward?" Sha'Carri looked dead into the camera. No. The press murmured, because being fast doesn't mean you run from hard truths. And I won't apologize for saying what I see. This sport protects who it wants to. I'm not one of them, but I'm still here. She walked off, fiery and unapologetic. Backstage, Christian found her in the hallway. Alone this time. He held up his phone, showing her a message, leaked from a staffer. Not me. I swear. She looked at the screen, then at him. Doesn't change anything. He exhaled. Sha, I didn't sign up to be your enemy. She leaned against the wall. You didn't sign up for the truth either. You want peace, but only if it keeps you clean. Christian stepped closer. Maybe I wanted to protect you. You don't get to protect me, she said softly. Not if it means silencing me. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The past, the nights training together, the flirtation, the shared burdens, flickered between them. I still respect you, he said. She nodded. Then respect the fire, too. Epilogue, the legacy race. Months passed. The footage faded from headlines, replaced by newer controversies. But something changed. Sha'Carri kept winning. And Christian, too. And though they were rarely seen together, something subtle shifted in interviews. No more veiled jabs. No more tension. Just mutual, visible respect. Not reconciliation. Not friendship. Just two stars, burning on parallel tracks. And a world that finally began to understand. Fast was easy. Brave was rare.